circumstance. He only played 9 minutes, had 3 personal fouls, and has 4 points and 3 rebounds. But maybe the second half will turn it around for him. We're tied and underway in the third period. Hope you're enjoying the 35th All-Star game on CBS Sports. Michael Jordan from the backcourt with Isaiah Thomas, Julius Erving and Larry Bird the forwards, and Moses Malone the center for the East and white.
22 Larry Nance for the West.
Bird into Malone.
Oh, man.
Malone, I think, wanted a foul.
Gave it 4 grunts that time.
Rolando Blackman and Norm Nixon start out at guard for the West. English and Nance the forwards with Kareem, who has it now. 2-man game with Nixon and Abdul-Jabbar. Norm Nixon's shot, you heard it, short. Here's Isaiah. Not a good pass to Malone, couldn't reach it.
Well, Malone really wasn't expecting it. He should have been, because Isaiah is perfectly willing to dish it off.
He should know that from Maurice Cheeks, right? He's got one on his own team that does the things that Isaiah can do.
Interesting strategy here, Dick, starting Nixon and Blackman in the backcourt. And when the East comes back with their second line backcourt, Pat Riley will be coming back with his first line.
Magic Johnson and George Gervin. Here's the doctor, runs into a crowd and loses it. So here is a 3-on-1. Nixon to Nance. See you later.
You know, Cedric Maxwell of the Celtics says about Larry Nance when he plays against him, I heard one time he was up there so high saying, Nance the tower, Nance the tower.
Maxwell has a lot of good descriptions. You know, he calls Dantley a little tank moving around on stubby little legs. So I like his description. Here's Julius Erving hopping from outside, something that Julius has done more this year with the addition of Charles Barkley to the Sixer cast.
Well, Barkley is a low post player supreme, and Dr. J really has to hit that outside shot to be effective. He's doing it.
Blackman. Off the top. And we have a foul the other way. Loose ball foul against Larry Nance. You know, we were talking about Alex English and the role he played in that Ethiopian relationship between the NBA, which we'll tell you about when we can, and how that all got started. Here's a feed in, knocked away by Blackman. Julius Erving. The rebound, Nance to English. Nixon bounces it in to Blackman in a crowd, and it is still West ball.
But great defense that time by the East to get back and protect against that fast break.
And we have a timeout. We're still tied at 70. Both coaches here in Indianapolis will be on opposite ends next Sunday on CBS as the Celtics and the Lakers. The championship matchup of a year ago gets revived at the Forum, 3:45 Eastern. The Celtics won the first meeting. The Lakers blew a lead, and I think the Lakers would like to get back in as they beat Philadelphia at home. That's outside. You're looking live at downtown Indianapolis, where the snow has stopped. You saw it before.
I'll tell you, I'm glad it stopped, because the way it was snowing, this might have ended up as the biggest 3-day party in Indiana history. Can you imagine all these people having to stay in the Hoosier Dome for 3 days?
Can't go back to the hotel even, huh? Kareem doesn't get the roll. Malone the rebound. And a foul. No basket, says Ed Rush.
How does Larry Bird score baskets from behind the backboard?
John Havlicek played at Ohio State. Indiana was their big rivals. Bobby Knight is a good friend of John Havlicek. Coach of the Hoosiers right now. Larry Nance has 3 personal fouls. We're tied at 70. 3-point attempt missed by Larry Bird, but they're alone at the opposite end. I tell you, the referees, the officials are letting them play inside, and no one's complaining. Blackman to Nance. And Nance is having a fine game. 14 points coming off the bench.
Take runway 4, Larry. Runway 4.
Nixon is on Thomas. We're going to see what happens with that guard matchup you talked about later on. Michael Jordan is short with it. Here's Nance. English is on the right. Nixon to Alex English. Loses the ball to Jordan. Jordan with that tongue hanging out. It's become his trademark. Along with those shoes.
22.
His 4th foul.
Here's a nice sweep move to Larry Nance from Rolando Blackman. But the white jerseys are getting back that pass, taking some good passes to create fast break opportunities now.
Malone and Nance, by the way, picked up that fourth foul. 4 on 2. Nance going to try and get what he can do before he has to sit down. He has 16 points, and he is the high scorer for the West. He is 7 for 9 from the field. Larry Nance.
I think they're going to make him circle the runway for a while.
Loose ball foul.
Here's great position by Moses Malone. Gets where he wants to get to, but watch Kareem get right back into it as Moses has to bring the ball back to him.
3 fouls on Moses Malone. 8 minutes, 15 seconds remaining third period. The West has broken a tie with 4 points, leading 74-70. Kareem. There's the first sky hook. Malone.
Oh, it was very cute defense by Malone that time. He kneed him just as he was taking the shot.
Larry Bird, wide open. Larry Bird. He was the MVP 3 years ago in this All-Star game, and it's a 2-point lead for the West.
West slowing it down a little bit.
Norm Nixon. I think Nixon still feels a little bit of hurt from the trade from the Lakers to the Clippers.
I think he does too, but he seems to establish himself very well with the Clippers. He's back in Los Angeles. City he seems to like.
Here comes the break for the West. And behind of Nance, Julius Erving forced a turnover. Jordan looked to Erving, and he fed Larry Bird, who goes to the basket. Michael Jordan looked left all the way and got it to Bird, and you know the respect that Bird already has for Michael Jordan. Ralph Sampson comes back in the ball game for the West. Kareem has 4 personal fouls. He stays in there. So Kareem and Sampson are in there up front, along with English. And there's Dennis Johnson coming in for Michael Jordan, who goes out. Michael Jordan has 5 points in the game.
You know, this guy that's going to step to the free throw line, Larry Bird, reminds me of Bobby Fischer, you know, the chess player. He plays chess and everybody else plays checkers. You know, they use the same board, but they go about it a little bit different. There's always 3 moves ahead of somebody else that's playing a game, Larry Bird.
Loves to play. The amazing thing is, he had butterflies before this game, and he said it's been a long time since he had that feeling. Of course, all that is gone once they get into the action. The West by 3. Kareem versus Malone. Sky hook. Abdul-Jabbar. 14th NBA All-Star game. Dennis Johnson can't save that one. You know, Debbie Allen, who is one of the stars of fame, who's married to Norm Nixon.
Norm played for a Duquesne where they really went and developed a fast break style of play. So he came into the league knowing how to run the fast break.
6 points, 6 assists for Norm Nixon. Orlando Blackman. Irving and Bird both went up first. And here's the doctor getting past English. Nixon comes up. Here's Isaiah Thomas. Bird back to Julius. Everyone expected Larry Bird to shoot. And a loose ball foul has been called. And Julius Erving is saying that was a good pass back. I should have made the basket.
Bird should have taken the shot, too.
Sometimes they rather pass than shoot.
Last season, their 7-game duel for the title was yet another NBA Classic. The world champion Boston Celtics beat the Los Angeles Lakers next Sunday on CBS Sports.
We have 6:46 remaining in the third period, and there he is, Paul Silas, who played for you in Boston.
Boy, I always liked popcorn. Look at that, huh? As a man, we played in the Old Timers game up in Boston, and I want to tell you, I thought I was in better shape than Paul.
Ooh.
That's tough stuff. I know he's going to get mad at me, but made a couple of power moves inside, though, in that game, Red Auerbach's weekend.
Sidney Moncrief is in the ball game. Malone gets the rebound. The West stays with their same group. Kareem and Sampson, along with Alex English. Sidney Moncrief into Malone. That extra pass, Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson, I think that other than Wilt Chamberlain, Dennis Johnson may be the first player to make the All-Star team playing with his third ball club. He made it with Seattle, Phoenix, and now Boston. Wilt did, I know, with 3 clubs as Kareem hits the sky hook. Look at the smile. He has given that